got touchdown.
Shot on offense following that pick six.
Yeah, I'm about to go on vacation, so you know I'm gonna be like a week.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here.
That's nothing compared to how long I've been going
at the
journaling.
28-yard line. The offense for the Ducks set to take over for their next possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because this is exactly what you're supposed to.
Alright, my bad. I had to go take a call real quick.
Supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Now a handoff here to his running back, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd down.
They all have habits. They can be somewhat predictable. You know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that's a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Gators about set to take over again on offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield.
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up at the 40. Well, as a coach, this is what keeps you up at night in the days leading up to this semifinal. You worry about the turnovers, and that's his first INT.
You're supposed to dwell on the positive, but you're exactly right. We don't know a coach out there that doesn't worry about what can go wrong, and this really shouldn't be a surprise. We knew they'd throw the kitchen sink at him defensively. Pressure, a lot of disguises and coverages. He's got a lot to wade through in this game. What's going on? They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight
taking it right down Broadway. And he is into the end zone
per second. However, recently I taught myself how to play on the PC with mouse and keyboard, where frame rates are unlimited. Also, when I made that PC video, everyone made fun of me for playing on 60 frames per second. So I purchased the nicest monitor money could buy. So maybe those 7th graders would stop making fun of me.
Oregon touchdown. Devin Keller, 33 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and through. And we are tied at 7.
Writing's not that easy. But if you want to write think about more than just grammar.
This is taken at the 3.
Visit Grammarly.com today.
And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard
frames per
line.
second. However, recently I taught myself how to play on the PC with mouse and
Getting ready
keyboard,
for
where
their
frame
next
rates are
possession is Florida Gator offense. And Charles, so much of this offense the last few years centering around the combination of Marcus Washington and Isaiah Streets. Streets saying Washington's
What was that, bro?
And of course, many know the story. Isaiah's older brother Ezekiel, tremendous athlete in his own right, but lost too soon to leukemia a year ago next week at the age of 20.
And that is really a gut-wrenching story, as you know. And you look back at their high school days, right here in Texas, just outside of Houston. Zeke was the star quarterback, a 4-year starter, 8,000 passing yards. Isaiah, a year younger, he was the receiver. The two of them told recruiters, you know we're a package deal, so if you're coming to get us, you're getting both of us. And Zeke actually recruited by both of these teams playing here tonight.
And the two had dreams of playing for a national championship together, and now Isaiah with a chance to fulfill at least part of that dream. He'll drop the throw to his right, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Isaiah Streets, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and our drive continues here to start quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. They'll drop the throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Buck. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. There's so much made about the fact that we've got a quarterback who's never seen the field in a college football game, but you go back to his high school days, he's played in front of crowds. Maybe not quite this size, but it wasn't abnormal for them to have 15, 20. And he takes it in for a Gator touchdown. Well, when we were setting up and going over our run-throughs early this afternoon, and I'm talking 6 hours before kickoff, we saw Isaiah Streets out there alone with just his young quarterback and center going through all sorts of different routes, making sure that they had everything ironed out, and it pays off there on the touchdown throw. Point after, up and good, and that makes the score 14-7.
Example in game number 1 here. Dark Bomber and I have been fighting for a little bit. He hit me with a sneaky trap.
Here's Florida now after the touchdown, back out to kick it off.
With a deagle and into my life. But what he didn't take into account
this is taken just shy of the 10 here.
So I
a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
But on 240, it was much easier. And that's how I would essentially summarize playing at 240 frames per second.
The Oregon
I feel like I have
offense
more
set
time
to begin their
shots,
next
play skills, and
possession.
everything.
They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. Going to go with Keller here. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Can we hang out?
Now this is Keller.
Hang out.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Yes, one moment.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
I need to impress Adriante. I got to make the perfect place just
From
for
the
us to
gun
hang
on
out.
3rd down. Bunch.
One egg was slightly leaned over for the kiss.
Perhaps they overthought
Gotta
this
set
one
the
a little bit. They've been running it real
mood
well on this
there,
drive, and it was
right? Air
3rd and
tempo,
short.
yup,
Okay?
looks
They
about
decided to
right.
throw the football
Just
incomplete.
put that over there.
Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
This is Aang's air that he used on the TV show. Just
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
For the last Airbender, you guys remember him? See, you can see right here. It says Aang. This is what he looks like.
The Gators about set to take over again on offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carried that confidence into this.
And that's caught inside the 30.
Okay, hopefully he's impressed with this game I made all by myself. So him and I could just hang out a little bit,
That's
if
a
you know
big
what I'm
time
saying.
pitch
If
and
you
catch
can,
right
you know
there,
what I'm
partner.
saying,
I
buddy.
remember the
Play
days when
this right here.
quarterbacks would try
Great
this.
place.
They were
I
holding
don't
their
think I can make
breath,
this
but
one public
nowadays,
for very long,
they're
or
counting
else
on their
people
receiver
start
to be just a
hacking
little
it,
bit better than the
putting
defensive
the
back
balls.
when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like
There
that.
we go.
15 yards through the air on the first down.
Okay, like him and I
Well, I
hang
tell you
out
what,
all the
that doesn't
time or
look like the
something.
throw of a guy who's never played college football. And you think about it, part of the reason you have to remember, he's run the scout team in practice for 4 years, and that scout team has had to go up against their own first stringers on the defensive side. So he has practiced for all 4 of those years against one of the best defenses in the country. He seems to be ready for this opportunity. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
My birthday party. No, I didn't want you. No, I was. Where's
It's Jennings.
Adriante?
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That goes a loss of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible to something a little more advantageous.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see Adriante. Okay, we got a creepy
Not only
person.
was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Wait, Adriante!
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the bend the don't break approach. Make sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and force the field goal attempt to go through.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Oh, wait, this doesn't do anything. Hey, never mind. Hey. So that was definitely, this for the last Airbender when he
The offense for the Ducks set to take over for their next possession. They find themselves down as they start this drive 1st and 10. They don't give it here to his running back.
Used to not hang out with me.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Game and favored it. We'll be right there.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there on the opening play of this drive.
Doesn't work. This game,
Now Birch
wow,
will try and set up the screen. It's complete.
I feel sorry
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well. And they picked up big yardage.
Looking for more there on first down.
So there are funds so I can give away free routes. But the bow, those are the last words he was able to squeeze out before he died.
Trying to figure out what they're doing, and on that one, they had the flop to send the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it. The people call it dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. Go for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
The Fonzie 713 memorial page, the one that still holds up after his or her death. You're always
But that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
Facebook page of someone who isn't alive anymore, the thrift shop, because she didn't have enough routes to pay for normal things. She had to go here.
Alright, oh wow, that's a
really popular scam group with a Gleam page claiming that they'll give away all this money. See, it got shut down after 10,000 entries. These aren't real, guys.
Defending an out route is awfully difficult because the best receivers try to sell an inside move before they break to the out, and you have to respect that as a defensive guy because if you let them, whether they say cross your face or get across you in the middle of the field, usually you're beating on a route and that's an easier throw for the quarterback, so you ordinarily take a step over to make sure you seal that off. In this case, he was able to not only do that, but react back to the sideline and bat the ball down.
So that can only go up to 99.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's beat his hobby now. Let's make some money, boys. Let's make some routes. Wow, look at all that routes. What? This game sucks. I didn't even touch it.
Getting ready for their next possession is Florida Gator offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up. And go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The 3 hours that I'll be spending to beat this, I could have gotten a job and got like $30 for the 3 hours of work from a grocery store or something. How much is 99 Robux in real money? Like $1? I'm just going to spend the 3 hours here.
Situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That huge loss on the season makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down. And the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. One half down in Arlington, and it's the Gators on top.
We're not the end giveaway group. Okay, I need Robux. Give me Robux. I have Robux. Give me Robux. Give me Robux. Give me Robux. Give me. See, I have just found a man of class for them Robux. He needs some Robux, not Robux. He's online. He's online. He's online. He's online.
I think after 4 years on the bench, some of these guys forgot that I know how to throw the ball. But taking the 3 touchdowns in a lot of everyone's confidence. So.
I'm like legit doing like detective work and everything to try to find out where this guy is. I'm checking where his last badge was gotten. I searched through all this. I can't find him. And then I got hit with a DM that would change my life forever. Sorry for calling you Mr. Room Foam. Mr. Room Foam. I am a huge fan. Does he by any chance mean Coach. Mr. Flim Flam?
Really good
Can
job
I
out
have
there.
Robux, please? I need some bed. I gave you, in that video, I gave you 1 Robux. Was that not enough for you? I will prove it. Mr. Flim Flam, or Mr. Room Foam, as you say. One-time payment of Robux for this guy for 1 Robux. Fine. I'll give you a real amount. Money's a little tight nowadays. I mean, as you can see by the group fund, so 0.5 Robux.
As a team.
Oh, invalid input? I'll just give you one then.
Thanks, Coach.
There, I did it, boy. If you want to find a place that has, oh my, this is way too loud. Oh my God, auto rep battles. This is the place where nobody can spell. This is basically the group club for people who failed their English class in
the
school.
loser goes home as we start the second half in this semifinal matchup from Arlington. This will be taken about the 12. They'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
I got bars. I got
The
bars.
Oregon offense set to begin their next possession. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better. Probably
Step on the grass. Step on the gas. Step in the brakes.
I would guess
What
it in
does
the
that
locker room. They
mean?
talked about
What happens if you
cleaning
step
up
on the
some of
gas
the errors.
and the brakes at the same
Overall, I
time?
think they wanted to be
Score,
positive with
child
it.
lover!
Guys,
You
we're right
spelled
there. Just
score
not playing as well as we
wrong!
need to.
Let's turn
Let's
this
pick
all
it
the way
up.
up.
And we still
Matter
have
of
a chance to
fact,
win this game.
yo, you better get a checkup. Go ask your doctor why you
They try
stole
to throw
that.
on
Are you
second
saying
down,
he
but
looked
this-
wrong? Let's turn this all the way up. Matter of fact, yo, you better get a checkup. Go ask. Doctor, why
It is incomplete.
You stole
We have
that.
not seen
Are you
a whole
saying
lot of
he
wide
looked
open
pretty
receivers.
from the neck
Everything
down?
seemingly
Word
has been
lover.
contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot.
Hi, Messiah.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4.
Nothing.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down
In my
situation,
house.
wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter, get it done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Let's go, folks.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to rifle. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, and he takes it in for a Gator touchdown.
And when you're thinking about your opening drive in the third quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, I'm just sitting back in my chair. Let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
Here's Florida now after the touchdown, back out to kick it off. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense for the Ducks set to take over for their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they decline it as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down. Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Florida. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. And they rattle off a big one. 48 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that. Catch, they're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw here. And he fires one incomplete. For the Gators, they are in search of their 4th national title in school history. They lifted the trophy for the first time back in '96. And then most recently, they were champions in 2006 and again in 2008. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. It's Burke. And down inside the 15 he goes. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. You know, you think back to what kind of parallels you can draw for what this young quarterback is trying to do, trying to lead a team to a national championship with so little experience. And he will score. Touchdown, Florida. Isaiah Streets, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Gators push that lead out a bit further. The Gators going to line up and go for 2.
Lock it.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Here's Florida now after the touchdown, back out to kick it off. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Oregon offense set to begin their next. Possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. With pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Bird sent to pass. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
Successful screen pass is well choreographed, but this one just didn't come together at all. Couldn't get the blocking aligned, the timing, everything was off. Let's give a little credit to the defense for finishing off that play for no yardage.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield, and they work this well upfield across the 45. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender. Do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football. But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They run a draw here on second down. They'll get 3 up to midfield.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on third downs, and it's costing them.
Oregon's punter out on the field. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. The Gators about set to take over again on offense. And offensively here, you wouldn't know it by looking at it that Marcus Washington is not in the game.
That thought that maybe they would simplify the game plan?
Forget it.
Yeah, forget it is right. True that he doesn't have the game reps, but he definitely knows the plays. He's run them for 4 years, totally familiar with his offense, and now he's executing.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now this throw caught left side, and he gets... This one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Again, the underlying story here, nope. Snaps in 4 years. And it seems kind of hard to believe. You almost wonder if there's some type of lingering animosity between quarterback and coach, because there certainly have been a few of those 56-7 type games over the last few years, but much like the Patriots in the NFL, where you see Tom Brady take almost every snap, even at his age, that was the case with Marcus Washington. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. The Gators now with a 1st and 10. look to throw. He'll get this to Streets on the crossing route. And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
He continues to make plays, and he looks terrific out there right now. But what I really liked, the way he's controlled this huddle, playing with a lot of confidence, and that confidence has been transmitted to the rest of the team.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Well, he flew past 200, 300, 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touch. Touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
The extra point up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense for the Ducks set to take over for their next possession. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on. First down.
Watch tight end. We got three, fellas. We got three.
Birch will look to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Carlson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play. First down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, He's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
The Ducks come up now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Birch. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Back to throw. Birch. And he comes back with one complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. Marquay Carlson. 32 yards. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. No problem there on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, did the kicking team get it? Yes. The onside kick works like a charm. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. Throwing to start the drive. Birch. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
To throw again. Birch. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge. Emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted a 1/3 of their... Opportunities 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Birch looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carlson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Looking to throw. Birch. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
The Oregon offense set to begin their next possession. Here's a 1st and 10 Oregon.
Here we go. Go.
Throwing after the interception. Birch. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st down, Birch. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 8. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, Birch. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Birch. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Getting ready for their next possession, this Florida Gator offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll run with Clements. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw.
So on the strength of 3 touchdown passes in the first college start for their senior quarterback, the Florida Gators are moving on to play for a national championship on January 7th.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
That was a gutsy performance out there tonight. You took us to a national championship when nobody, and I mean nobody, expected you to. And for what it's worth, I'm really glad you stayed 4 years ago.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, baby, we going to the chip. Whew. One more game, baby.
We got this, man.
Oh, yeah. Football's my life, man. But you got to stay grounded in what's important. So I got a little surprise for you.
Isaiah!
Em, looking good, Emily. Oh, and I'm loving this hat.
Thank you.
Oh.
Absolutely. Is that magenta? Fuchsia? What color is that?
Okay. Hey, I bet he'd probably be good at off the board, huh?
Yeah.
Look, Emily has the best games.
Okay. If you had a unicorn, would you want its mane to be purple or pink?
Well.
Well, these are both tough, but good options. I think I'm gonna have to go with purple.
Purple. No, look. You see, look, you don't pick from the options given. All right, the game is in the name. Off the board. Now it's playing. Okay, look, if I had a unicorn, I'd have a mane that matches its horn. Silver.
I'd go with onyx.
Onyx. Okay. I told you she's a pro.
Hey, how are you? Todd Atwood. I'm Emily's dad.
Hi.
Can I talk to you for a second? She's too shy to ask, but Emily wanted to know if you could do something for her in the national championship game.
Yeah, of course. Anything.
She wanted you to throw 3 touchdowns.
3? I thought I said 4.
4 touchdowns. Is that okay?
Well, 4 touchdowns is a lot.
Yeah, but how can you turn down this face? Look at that.
But I'll see what I can do.
Yes.
Don't worry. He'll do it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's great to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
It was nice to meet you, Emily.
You too.
All right.
We're days away from the national championship game, and there is one big question on everyone's mind. Can lightning strike twice? Last week, we saw a quarterback with no game day experience lead his team to victory in the college football playoff semifinal. Kyle, is this kid good enough to win a championship?
Not at all. That's it. But hold on. I don't think he has to be. And let me tell you what I mean. There is so much talent on that team on both sides of the ball. Manage the game. Don't make the big mistake. I think they have a real shot. I do.
Kyle, we don't like managers of the game here at this table. Very boring, just like your shirt. I feel you, but I disagree. The team has a ton of talent, but they're going to need this dude to make some plays. They're not going to win if they hand the ball off 50 times.
You two be nice. You, Peter Schrager, do you think he'll rise to the challenge?
I do, as long as the pressure doesn't get to him.
Yeah, for real. He's about to feel that pressure. Listen, there's a lot of weight on this dude's shoulders right now. He wins this game, he punches his ticket to the NFL. He loses, and we'll see, I guess.
And then if you're a coach, how do you handle this? What do you say to a kid that has so much to lose on that field?
Hey, can I talk to you a minute?
Sure, Coach.
You know, I know it's hard to shut out all the noise. It's a lot of pressure. The only thing that we can control is what's right in front of us. And what's right in front of us is a game of football. Same rules as always. So you gotta take a step back. All right? You gotta breathe it in. You find a way to appreciate this moment, this time with your teammates, take in the crowd. Man, you do that, and everything gets real quiet. All right, so breathe, take it in. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
I got you, Coach. Yeah, thanks.
Good.
Yeah.
We crown a champion tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara for the College Football Playoff National Championship game, as it's the USC Trojans taking on the Florida Gators. One game to decide it all. It's the College Football Playoff National Championship, and off we go from Levi's Stadium.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
USC gets set here, 1st and 10. Here's Darby on the carry. And an alley to run. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. And what a big-time play there. 44 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
On the ground, it's Darby. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence.
And he will score. Touchdown, Southern Cal. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Trojans have taken the early lead. 3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown already scored against them.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Down 7-0. Work to do already as he gets set to begin college game number 2. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. If you were with us for the semifinal, we told the story. I mean, this is a quarterback who was heavily recruited out of high school 4 years ago. On signing day, had all the hats in front of him. People weren't sure where he was going to go. So many different offers. Wound up here, and it hasn't been the script he probably would have written, but what a storybook ending this could turn out to be if they can take care of business in this title bout. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Cheetah.
Again, he'll drop the throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. 2nd and 15. And that is incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flushed out right. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown, Florida. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. The extra point up and good. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
The Trojan offense ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
When you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
For USC, such a storied program. 11 times they've been crowned national champions, beginning with the earliest way back in 1928, all the way until their most recent title in 2004. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we... Step aside here in this first quarter. Off play action. Morse. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Called that a very strong gain of 24.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that. And have your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Throwing on first down. Morse. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Off the play fake. Morse letting one go deep. That's caught. Touchdown, USC, as his guys are in for 6. And his guys have taken the lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
So now following the USC touchdown, on is the kick team to send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Gators about set to take over again on offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already got into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Eluding the... And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. What else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Florida's punter is out there now. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay.